Nicola was born on March 15, 2018, and he was diagnosed with Krabbe disease at 6 months old. He just turned 2.5, so we are so proud of this strong and brave and tough little boy. He was perfect, an easy baby, slept, ate, just was so happy, barely cried. I mean, if he cried, it was a rare occasion. It was just, everything was going great.
We took a trip to San Francisco and everything was fine, except the first night he woke up with like a screeching scream, not even a cry. And we just thought it was colic or teething, or we just didn't know. But the crying never stopped. And then we also noticed that he would have his fists clenched and he was just super tense. You have fears that something could be wrong, but you don't want to admit it to yourself.
I, as a mom, just kept thinking, there's nothing wrong with my baby. He is completely fine, he's healthy, he looks great. When we went to that 6-month checkup, everything was going great. He was meeting all the milestones for that, up to that age. And at the end of the appointment, I mentioned, yeah, like, we have noticed that he has his hands in his fists a lot, and maybe he's not rolling over and turning and doing things like that as often as he was a couple weeks ago. She did just a reflex test in the office and said, you know, just to be safe, I'm gonna refer you guys to a neurologist. We scheduled the first available appointment.
And when he came in the office, the neurologist, I just wanted him to say it, whatever it was, how severe it was, and skip the good mornings and all of that. And he got to it and said that my son had a disease called Krabbe. This impacts the communication between the brain and the nervous system, eventually stops it. That progression is the loss of sight, the ability to swallow, the ability to hear, move. He said that he's going to die. By the age of 2, and that there was nothing we can do. There's nothing that nobody could do, and that we should go home and love him, and take pictures. Being a firefighter paramedic, I've done CPR on babies, and I helped save people. And this man tells me that my son's gonna die and I can't do a damn thing about it. Complete shock. We just couldn't believe it. We got home and Lana and Nicola took a nap and I got online and started researching. I ended up on a website from the Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh and started reading about Dr. Escolar. I was watching videos of Dr. Escolar speak about Krabbe disease. And at the same time, I sent an email asking the question, is there anybody that can help me? This is, we've been diagnosed today. We don't know what to do. I received the phone call within maybe 10, 15 minutes of that email. Dr. Escolar says, really quickly, tell me what happened, what the diagnosis was, and what they told you, and how Nicola was presenting. I told her, and then she asked if we were willing to travel to Pittsburgh for some tests, and she said that she wasn't promising that there would be treatments for Nicola, but she promised that she could make him comfortable.
Give us hope. For us, because Nicola was at 6 months and he was a stage 3 Krabbe, there was no treatment available. For us, it's just giving him the best quality of life and sustaining his pain. It means everything to have people there that understand and that can give you that sense of hope. Seeing these doctors, talking to them, and hearing about the research that they're doing, and meeting these other families that are in the same journey, having kids with Krabbe, kids that are 5 and 7 years old, it just proves to us that you can't give up. He is 2.5, but he's like a newborn, and you have to do everything for him. He's on oxygen, and we have to use a suction machine to help with all the secretions. He's got nebulizing treatments.
It's okay, it's okay. Here we go, get it all out.
He does chest therapy to just help break up all the junk in this chest. We have a special stander because he can't stand. We have a special chair that makes him comfortable so he doesn't sit in the same position constantly. We have all this equipment to give him a sense of normalcy and be able to do different things with us. But what breaks your heart is you're constantly adding another piece of equipment, another machine, because he's lost the ability to do something by himself. Sometimes it doesn't look like he's really paying attention, but he knows what's going on. He's listening and he's aware. We've learned different signs from him, like the deep sigh that he just did. That's his happy sigh. And we play and we cuddle and we maybe go for a walk.
Sports.
We're not sure if he likes it or not.
He likes it.
He is a water baby, oh my goodness. He does not complain. He'll get all pruny in there, but you take him out and he complains.
We still have the father-son connection that I've always thought about having with my son. I was holding him in the chair, and the Carolina Panthers slogan is "Keep Pounding." So they said something about keep pounding on TV, and I was holding Nicola, and I just kind of exaggerated and said, "Keep pounding," and he just would not stop laughing. I said it a few more times, and every time I got the same result. I mean, he would just giggle and laugh, like uncontrollably laugh, like I just said the funniest thing in the world. And it became our thing. No matter if it was even like the slightest bit of cranky after he wakes up, where I would just say, "Keep pounding," and then he would just laugh. So now it's become more than just football. It's our thing.
That's what we tell all the new families that we meet and that recently got diagnosed, and just don't stop living. Just do all the things that you normally would, because they know what's going on and they enjoy it, and these are memories you'll never forget.
We just felt this necessity to just speak up and bring awareness and to do as much as we possibly can in honor of our son, because his legacy is not going to be defined just by Krabbe disease. And that's why we're also pushing for newborn screening in Virginia.
So that's the key in this awful disease, is getting a diagnosis as soon as possible. Newborn screening is preferable because as soon as these babies are diagnosed, they can get the transplant and hopefully not have any symptoms of Krabbe.
There's so much research and new treatments coming down the pipeline that could be life-saving. We're going to fight for him because he's a true warrior. They're so resilient.
I remember our faith was tested with this diagnosis, but now we built ourselves and we were building our relationship back up with God, and that's a huge positive because we realized we can't do this without him.
And another thing that would be a positive is that he's going to save lives, and I know that, and I believe that, and that's why we're fighting so hard.
I guess what we ask for people is just to share our story and share all the stories you hear about Krabbe disease so that people are aware and this change can happen, because if we don't talk about it, the research won't get done and a cure or treatment will not be an option.
My hope is that Nicola's Law, or House Bill 97, hopefully will pass and we'll be able to catch it and give treatment and hope. That's the ultimate goal, is to save lives. And we know Nicola's going to do that. regardless of the disease and diagnosis, to me, he's still perfect. And he'll always be perfect.
That's right.